Hello everyone, welcome to AV Atmos. Let's go over the box office for this weekend. And I know I've been off for some days now, and a lot has been happening in the movie industry, and we're just gonna look at the new movie Invisible Man, and it's doing pretty well at the box office. In fact, it's a fantastic opening weekend for a very modest budgeted horror flick. It just only cost about $9 million to make this movie, and it opened well. It made nine. Actually, it's the estimate, so the full actual numbers will be reported tomorrow, Monday. But right now, it's just the estimate. So it made $29 million from 3,610 theaters, and we are going to look at the whole number and where it stands, and what we are looking at for this in the near future for it, at least an idea of where it's going to run to and its American gross. So basically it made $29 million, which is okay, around 3,610 theater, averaging about $8,000 per theater. And it's doing very well. Like, honestly, I'm really impressed. Now, granted, entering into the weekend, it was already estimated it was going to make between 30 million to 35 million. So this wasn't really a surprise for me. I already knew that it was going to make somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 million to 35 million because it already had good reviews. It had good backing around it, and the director is a really good director. Lee Wang, that guy directed Upgrade, one of my best films from 2 years ago. Upgrade came out in 2018, if I'm not mistaken. I actually liked that movie a lot. Honestly, I really like that movie. I have to check. I think Upgrade was either late 2018 or last year, but I'm not sure. But that was the first time I saw the director make a film, and I was very impressed because I actually loved Upgrade as a movie. As for the overseas number, I will go over that in a bit. Let's take a look at the other holdover movies that were still doing very well. You have Sonic the Hedgehog made $16 million, dropping only 39%, still in over 4,000 theaters. Call of the Wild made 13.2 million, still in almost 4,000 theaters, actually 3,865 theaters. An animated Japanese movie came into the top 5 this weekend, which is weird because it's only playing in over 1,000 theaters, and it made $5 million, which is a massive opening if you really follow anime imports to the United States. It really doesn't do this well. So for it to make $5 million this weekend, that's an amazing amount, honestly, by any standard. Bad Boys for Life only dropped 26%. It's definitely crossing the $200 million mark this week. It's already at 197 million in the United States, made 4.3 million this weekend in the United States, and it is doing very well. Now, the big flop of the year, which is Birds of Prey, still made around $4 million, dropping 40%. You see, this movie caused, or at least the people that made this film caused why this film failed. Honestly, this film, I don't see a reason why it should have failed. It should have flopped at the box office, because you look at a month like February. Basically, there is not big movie this month. There is no big movie this month. Sorry, from last month. We're already in March, so there wasn't really any big movie to justify why Birds of Prey flopped the way it flopped. But it actually flopped, and it is not looking good for Warner Brothers, because they actually expected to make at the very least 250 to 300 million from this film to justify its production cost, and this film is not even going to make up to $210 million worldwide. I'll get to the international numbers pretty soon, but it is an interesting a run for this film. Is very interesting to watch this film flop because it had all the backing, it had the marketing, but they had to go push an agenda with this film, feminism, and they messed this entire movie up. This movie had potential. They could have just told the Harley Quinn story and made it look good, but they just messed it up. I think this is on Warner Brothers for giving creative control to Margot Robbie and I just don't know why this movie was a disaster, but it's all what it is. Let's continue, guys. You have the Impractical Jokers that made 3.5 million this weekend, dropping 36%. 1917 made 2.6 million, dropping 37%, still doing very well. I'll get to its overseas number very soon. Brahms the Boy made 2.6 million, dropping 55%. Fantasy Island made made 2.3 million, dropping 45%. Jumanji is still in the top. Okay, it's dropped to 11. It made only 2.1 million, dropping only 27%. It's still making a lot of money. This movie is crazy good. Finally, Parasite still made 1.5 million, dropping 50%, and it's right now at $51 million in the United States. So let's take a look quickly. Let's take a look at the international numbers right now. The Invisible Man came out this weekend with $20 million overseas. So total right now is $49.2 million. Probably could end weekend with over $15 million once the actuals come out, which is very good. You have Sonic the Hedgehog still made 26.8 million this weekend, still doing very good in the international markets. It's doing well, honestly. Total right now it's around 265 million. It's already in the profit zone as it is right now. So whatever it's making now is just profits for Paramount Studios. Call of the Wild made $11 million. Total right now is 79.3 million, almost 80 million. But considering it was made 435 million, and that's not including marketing in that amount, this movie is a bona fide disaster for Disney. Guy Ritchie's movie crossed the $100 million overseas, and it's doing well, honestly. It made 35 million in the United States and 66 million overseas, and considering its budget, I think it's already recouped whatever was spent on it. I'm impressed, and it still has Italy and Japan to come. I think honestly it's a micro successful movie. Doolittle still pulled 6.4 million this weekend, grossing 217 million. Considering it was made for 185 million, this is a massive flop for Universal. 1917 made 5.3 million this weekend. Total is 362 million overseas. 362 million worldwide. That's with the American gross included. While Bad Boys for Life made 4.9 million this weekend. Total is 406 million globally. This movie should get to 450 without China. And if it ever gets a release in China, it will cross $500 million worldwide, which would be amazing. Amazing, honestly. Birds of Prey made 4.6 million this weekend. Total right now is 188 million. This is a massive disaster. This movie will barely cross $200 million mark and will even struggle to even break even on digital ancillary markets, because see guys, there's something most people don't really understand. If a movie is not doing well at the box office, it is on rare occasions that you see people spend money buying it on digital. It is very rare, because a lot of people that will buy this on digital are more stuff the people that have seen it in theaters. They will want to own it, and if they already have a bad story that they saw on screen, most of these people will not buy it. So people saying, oh, he's going to make his money back on Blu-ray and streaming, it doesn't really work that way. If this movie has tanked at the box office, it's probably not going to make more than $10 million on Blu-ray. It's definitely not gonna make that kind of money on Blu-ray. But I digress. Fantasy Island made $1.9 million and has a total of 40.5 million. Considering this movie was made for around $7 million, it is already a massive success. Little Women made $1.8 million this weekend. Total is $203 million worldwide. Richard Jewell made $1.8 million. Total is 42.1 million worldwide. Emma made another 1.5 million. Total is 12.9 million. Just Mercy made 1.4 million, and total is 48.4 million worldwide. Finally, Dark Waters made $1.1 million for a total of $2.6 million internationally, guys. So this is the rundown for this weekend's box office. As for next week, we are getting Onward, a film released by Disney, and I'm going to cover it. It's estimated to make around $55 million in the United States. And another movie that's coming out next weekend with it is The Way Back, and that is a Ben Affleck movie, estimated to make around $4 million in the United States. I will be sure to come back next week and cover the box office for you guys. Be sure to follow us on social media, subscribe to our channel, like our content, and I will see you guys in the next video.